Listen, on the subject of bringing kids back to school, you know, this is what type of stupid plan they had. If you really think about it, it's stupid as hell. Unless you tell people up front what your freaking agenda is. To have kids that go to school a couple of days or one day out of the week, and you think that's supposed to suffice dealing with COVID. The only way it suffices dealing with COVID is they have less time to transmit the disease or catch the disease. But it does not mean that they cannot get it. Now, it only takes one time for a kid to go to school, one day for a kid to go to school and contract it. So it makes no freaking sense to me to say, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get these kids to go to school for a couple of days a week, and we're going to see how they work. Now, if you say up front, we're doing this so we have a lesser chance of these kids catching the disease, but the virus, but it does not mean that they won't get it. If you got to put it out there like that. But they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They don't want to say that. What they're going to say is we want to appease some people to bring the kids a couple of days to school, and then that's it. I mean, there's no real reason for you to even bring the kids to school. If the whole point of not letting them go the other couple of days is so they won't catch COVID, because that's the whole reason why you're doing it. The whole point of it is for the kids not to catch COVID, then to bring the COVID back to the house. That's the whole point. One day, a couple of days, you lessen the probability or the chances of them catching it, because they can catch it in any day. They can go to school tomorrow and not get it, and go to school the next day and get it. So what you're doing is the percentage wise of them catching it goes down. Now, if you bring it to them like that, then okay, people at least understand why you're doing it. But you got to let these people know that, but this does not mean that your kid cannot catch it. So if the whole point of it is to prevent the kids from catching this virus or contracting this virus, then it doesn't solve the problem at all, because you're still putting the kids at risk. That's just crazy. That's just like saying, okay, so I got this baby, and I'm gonna hold the baby over the edge for 1 second, then I'm gonna pull it back. Now, but my hand greasy, so if I put the kid over the banister for 5 seconds, it might slip out my hand, but I'm putting it in 1 second. But I'm putting it over there, but I'm bringing it back. But you're still putting the kid in danger. And who's to say that you won't slip in that 1 second? I mean, basically, you're playing Russian roulette with the kids is basically what I'm trying to say. You don't know what's going to happen to the kids, but you want to appease the people to bring them back. That might not have been a good example, but you get what I'm saying. You're playing Russian roulette with the kids. You don't know when they're going to contract the virus. And it doesn't make any sense unless you telling people, hey, up front, that there is still danger. That we're going to do everything in our power to keep them from, contracting this virus, but it's not foolproof. So therefore, you need to make sure that you have an option for these people. We're going to do it or we're not going to do it. Like, period. Don't just say we're going to do it for a month. That to me is dumb. We're going to do it for a month, and then we're going to bring the kids back. Like, after a month, then it's going to be total school. But you're still putting the kids at risk. It just doesn't make any sense, man. It makes no sense. And then you putting the teachers at risk at the same time. You're not having the teachers come in a couple of days and then leave. Or maybe you are. I don't think that's happening. Because what you're doing, you having a couple of kids come, and the teacher gonna have to teach the other kids who were not there, so they there 24/7. Well, 5 days a week. It's just stupid.